In a few moments, you will begin to relax very deeply and easily to my voice, relaxed and calm to my voice. But first, I would like you to take a deep breath and hold it for a few moments, and then release and feel your body drop gently into calmness, a heaviness now with each breath that you take. Now, each time said, you will relax twice as much as before, twice as much. And take a second deep breath and hold it for a moment, and then release it and feel your body drop gently into calmness, a heavy, warm feeling now with each breath that you take now. Gently focus on the brow, like a band, a pressure above the eyes. Feel it now, like a gentle pressure across the forehead, and now heading down towards the eyes, the nose, and the cheeks. A heavy, numb, and relaxed feeling. Into the teeth now. A heavy numbness now in the teeth. Let it all go. All the movement ends now in stillness. Feel it. Stillness leading to freedom. Freedom. How little we give ourselves freedom each day. Today, think for a moment and give yourself freedom willingly for just a few moments to relax and remember stillness before we began to move so easily, so much. Openness. Remember openness, like a gentle window on a sunny day. Now feel the wind and feel the warmth and gentleness. And now this numb, heavy feeling moves to the neck and the shoulders and into the arms and elbows and into the lower arms. A heavy feeling, warm, like the warmth of your blanket. And feel the warmth now move into the wrists and into the fingers, each one separate now, each one separate and numb. And now feel this heavy, relaxed feeling move into the shoulders and into the chest and organs, your lungs, your heart and liver. A warm, healthy, relaxed feeling, calmness, so wonderful and blessed. And now into the stomach and intestines and into the loins and then into the thighs. A warmth, a numbness, more than before now, twice as much as a moment ago. Feel it now. And into the knees, and into the lower legs and calves, and into the ankles, and finally into every single toe. Each toe, each one single now, each one totally relaxed and calm. Our energy one now, still, ready, all calm now, ready to listen, completely open and relaxed. Now, in a few moments, I will ask you to imagine a blackboard, and on this blackboard you will write a number. And as you wipe off that number, you will relax twice as much as before. Twice as much as before, now. So imagine your blackboard and write the number 10 and wipe it off and relax. 9 and wipe it off. 8 and wipe it off and relax. 7 and wipe it off. 6 and wipe it off. 5 and clean it off and relax still deeper. The number 4 and wipe it off. 3 and wipe it off. The number 2 and wipe it off and relax deeper than ever before. Twice as much as a moment ago. Twice as deep. And 1 and wipe it off and relax. Now comfortable. Now open and relaxed and ready to listen. It is just at a time like this, when we are quiet, when we are calm and peaceful, that it is good to look at the knots that form in our thinking, our consciousness. Conscious love, for all we do begins with loving something, and we are conscious love. But before that, I want you to look up into your mind's eye, up towards the brow, and imagine your consciousness as a long, supple, golden cord of light. Imagine it now in your mind's eye and see how soft and beautiful you are. See the sensitivity and the original flexibility that was yours from the very beginning. From the very beginning it was yours, impossible to remove. It is exactly this reason, this sensitivity, this powerful openness, that knots began to form so many years ago. Natural in experience, natural. See them now, these knots caused by life's events, our fears and anxieties, how they have changed, how we have changed because of them, from open to a little more closed each time, a little more cautious until one day the door is closed. Our sensitivity in hiding now, peeking out only to our closest friend now, and even then, not entirely sure. See this beautiful, sensitive one. Now see the knots, some loose and not yet formed, some tight from time and repeated experience, some so tight our energy is restricted and weak. So simple to solve. So simple, really. Now imagine in your mind's eye, gently working with just such a knot. See it loosen just a little today, just a little each time. Gently, for we are sensitive and cautious. See our actions of patience and love, for we cannot repair using the same methods that cause us damage. No control, no anger, no force, no, not too harsh, not too quick. For when we force our energy to move at our speed, it is a form of control. For this reason, it is wise to walk at the speed of the one we are walking with, together in cooperation. For all love begins with an act of cooperation. Love begins as cooperation. And now imagine the knot releasing and our consciousness returning to the state before the knot formed, our original self when love was not restricted, our original self when love was open and trusting. Addiction is just such a knot in our consciousness. Addiction is love. Hard to believe, but quite clear, my Buddha teacher said. Yes, you can see it quite clearly, this love. It is all we are, this conscious love. Everything we are, everything we do starts out with loving something, and we are conscious love. He stopped for a moment. But this love is powerful, you will see, too powerful to be handled with such carelessness as most do today. For this reason, most people become a slave to their state of conscious love, or do not recognize they are conscious love at all, and for that reason they have not yet begun to ask the right questions. What we do not understand can control us. What we have not mastered can make us its slave. Do not become a slave to your powerful state of constant love. A Buddha is a master of his conscious love and is not its slave. He is not controlled by love, holds no attachment or addiction. His love remains open and resistant to focus, and for this reason his love is expansive. Addiction cannot live in such an expansive love state. How do I become such a master? I asked the Buddha. A slave cannot become the master until he has first become the student, he said. Study how you are conscious love and how it controls you as its master, and one day you will master it. Learn, you will see. When you understand your nature as constant and conscious love, you will stand up as its master. Use your love effortlessly and without cost. You will see. A world exists beyond compulsion and urge. Your original world before love controlled you. It exists in the background. I vowed to become a student and then asked, but why are we so easily slaves of our conscious love? For this you must first see yourself as you truly are, the Buddha said. Imagine, so now we have this conscious love, our very being. See yourself sitting there like a cloud of light, your love, conscious love. See how sensitive this love is, how easy to arouse, our natural state from the very beginning. Now see how such a sensitive one, so loving and open, how such a being, you for example, could become so easily consumed by the love of this thing or that, food for example, or whatever you are concerned with. For we are conscious love. constant love, experiences of pleasure and happiness on pure, conscious love. See how such a sensitive one, so loving and open, how such a being, you for example, could become powerfully attached to this thing or that so that it changes you. Experiences of pleasure and happiness on pure loving consciousness, so easy to arouse, so open and sensitive so that it changes you, brings your love into focus by pulling love from other things we loved before we became focused on addiction. And so begins attachment, addiction, our conscious love, so powerful and wonderful, now focused on only a few things and the repetition. Like anchors now to our once free conscious love, our truest self now held back, anchored by caffeine, anchored by sugar or food or television, drugs or video games. See our powerful cloud of light now held in place by anchors of focus light, gently holding us in place, ending all hope of real movement now. Just floating, our life held in place by addictions now, addictions and attachments, ending all hope of real movement now. Our vibration held down below healthy thinking now, held in place by a love now tuned downward to become an urge, a movement below thought, opposing thought, only wanting now, only discontentment followed by temporary reprieve. Conscious love now in trouble and worried, wondering how this could have happened. See the little one so beautiful and bright, worried now, scared. I must have looked worried because the Buddha leaned in with a smile. Do not worry, my son. Easy to fix. So very easy to fix. Everything is in the Buddha state. Imagine a being made powerful by thousands of years of experience. Our body now, tuned to survive by countless years of experience, tuned perfectly to survive in the woods and fields and grasslands, to feed on nuts and berries and what we could find in the fields and streams. Such a powerful force to eat, so perfectly tuned to sticks and stones and berries and leaves, tuned for millions of years perfectly to our planet and produce, tuned to the smallest of advantage to survive. And now imagine such a being made powerful by millions of years of experience, finding itself, you for example, with a new thing, a natural thing, like ice cream for example, or granulated sugar, or some other amazing thing not found naturally in a field of grass. Senses tuned to sticks and stones and berries and leaves, senses tuned to the little things, connected to sensitive, open, conscious love, so easy to arouse. Now imagine such a collision of taste and love, something nature had not planned for, now controlling our thoughts. Love has stretched beyond thinking now, beyond the reach of words and concepts now. Only desire, only the need for control to clear the path for future consumption. The answer is to live simple now, respecting our natural senses and the natural, powerful love that makes up our consciousness. Eat natural foods, for unnatural foods create excessive desire and attachment. We are not naturally tuned for such sensory overload, and to partake does not bring contentment, but rather increases our hunger for such things. Foods, drugs, so many things too powerful for our sensitivity. For we are conscious love, but if we do not respect our true nature, we can become a slave to our desires. We are conscious love, but we can become a slave to our constant love by making poor choices that bind us into repetition. A Buddha is one who has released himself from the slave state, has removed the anchors, and is now freely floating as a master of his loving consciousness. To do so, first we must become a student of our slavery. See how we are controlled by poor decisions, and then by making good ones. Return to the state before slavery existed. The state of freely exercising our consciousness and constant state of love. Remove your anchors, and then you will see something wonderful. And in that moment, the story of the Buddha faded into quiet peacefulness. In a few moments, we will begin the countdown to awaken using your Blackboard again. Take a deep breath and relax and feel the love surrounding you, like flecks of living light all around you, flowing into your lungs, into your veins, and into every cell of your body. Healing love, instructive love, the helper and teacher. Now imagine your Blackboard and write the number 5 and wipe it off and feel the energy flow back into you. 4 and wipe it off and awaken. 3 and wipe it off and awaken even more. 2 and wipe it off and awaken. And finally 1 and wipe it off, now fully awake and ready for a new day.